close your eyes for a moment and picture it. The vibrant, ceaseless energy of urban India. You know, the constant hum of auto rickshaws, the chatter, the horns, that familiar soundscape.
You hear it everywhere.
Exactly. Now imagine a new sound, well, maybe more like a quiet hum, joining that chorus. And this isn't just imagination. It actually happened just recently, August 28th, 2025, down in Bengaluru.
Right.
A moment that's really set to redefine how millions of people move.
A big shift.
We're talking about TVS Motor Company, you know, a giant in India's two-wheeler scene and their brand new innovation, the TVS Orbiter.
The Orbiter, yeah.
And look, this isn't just another electric scooter hitting the market. It feels like a really strategic play by TVS, solidifying their dominance, sure, but maybe more importantly, redefining urban mobility for you, for everyone across the country. So our mission today in this deep dive is to pull out the most important bits, you know, give you the shortcut to understanding what this Orbiter is all about.
Right to the heart of it.
Exactly. We'll look beyond just the specs, you know, the numbers. We want to explore what it offers, yeah, but also why it really matters. For commuters, for young riders, really, for anyone curious about where transport is heading in India.
Yeah, it's a dynamic market, that's for sure.
Okay, let's really unpack this. Think about just gliding through those packed streets, maybe Bengaluru, maybe Chennai. Silent, green, and way cheaper to run than a petrol scooter.
That's the dream, isn't it? The core promise.
That's the core promise of the Orbiter.
It is, and it's driven by a few key things coming together. Fuel prices keep rising, obviously. There's definitely more environmental awareness, you feel it, and crucially, strong government incentives pushing for cleaner transport. It's like a perfect storm.
Yeah, you see those incentives making a real difference. And this launch, it just lands right in the middle of all that. Cities struggling with air pollution, traffic. I mean, electric scooters feel like such a compelling answer.
A sustainable one, too.
Zero tailpipe emissions, less reliance on fossil fuels, and honestly, quieter streets.
Yeah.
That's a benefit we don't talk about enough, maybe.
Definitely impacts quality of life.
For the everyday person, you know, the student, the small business owner, the commuter, the Orbiter looks like it could be that affordable, practical, forward-thinking choice. It hits the wallet and the daily reality.
And, you know, zooming out a bit, TVS isn't exactly new to EVs. They're actually the #1 electric two-wheeler maker in India right now.
Right. The iQube has been a big success for them.
A huge success. They're selling, over 20,000 units a month consistently. Just in July 2025, they sold 22,256 electric scooters. That puts them ahead of Bajaj, Hero MotoCorp, Ather, Ola Electric.
So they're leading the pack already.
They are. And the iQube, it's impressive, range up to 212 kilometers. But, and this is key, the price starts around 1 lakh, goes up to nearly 1.6 lakh. It's clearly positioned as, a premium scooter.
Okay, so the iQube has that premium end covered. So the Orbiter.
Yeah.
This is their play for the mass market then, the entry level.
Exactly. It's designed specifically for price-conscious buyers. Think people wanting to go electric but maybe put off by the iQube's price tag.
Competing directly with, like, the Ola S1 X, maybe the cheaper Chetaks.
Precisely. It's basically an invitation to first-time EV buyers, younger riders, people in smaller towns maybe, folks who hesitated before because of the cost. It's about making electric mobility more accessible.
Democratizing it, yeah. Okay, so the price is aggressive. Just under a lakh, ours, 99,900 ex-showroom. That's a statement.
It really is.
But what are you actually getting for that price? What makes it stand out for, say, an urban commuter? Because features matter, right?
Absolutely crucial. What sets it apart? Okay, let's start with range. Certified 158 kilometers. That's the IDC figure.
158 kilometers. Okay, that's solid for city use. It means you're not constantly worrying about finding a charger during your daily commute in, say, Mumbai traffic, or even for a weekend jaunt in Hyderabad.
Right. It tackles that range anxiety head on.
Yeah.
Which is a big psychological barrier for a lot of potential buyers.
And practicality. Day-to-day stuff.
Huge factor. They've given it a 34-liter boot space. That's pretty generous.
34 liters. Yeah, I can see that being a real plus. Fitting groceries, maybe a laptop bag, a helmet. That's genuine utility, not just a gimmick.
Oh, absolutely. Makes a real difference in daily life. Imagine running errands, picking things up. It just works. And it's connected, too. Smart features.
Okay, smart features. What does that actually mean here? Syncing with your phone.
Yeah, exactly. Smartphone sync for navigation, call alerts right on the dash, real-time battery status. Basically making the ride smoother, more convenient, like a mini computer on wheels, but hopefully intuitive.
Is there a risk, though, at this price, that features like that feel, I don't know, non-essential,
Yeah.
or maybe too complex for some users.
That's a valid concern, but TVS seems to be aiming for useful, not overwhelming. It's about convenience. But what's really noteworthy are the segment-first features they've packed in at this price.
Segment first. Like what?
Cruise control and hill hold assist.
Wow, okay. Cruise control on a scooter at this price.
Yeah.
And hill hold.
Yeah, anyone riding in hilly cities like Bengaluru or Pune knows how useful that is. No rolling back on inclines. It's a genuine boon in stop-start traffic on a slope. A real stress reducer. Cruise control may be less essential day-to-day in heavy traffic, but nice for those occasional open stretches.
And they managed all this while keeping the cost down. How?
Well, strategically, they're using a hub-mounted motor. That's where the motor's built into the wheel hub. Simpler design, often cheaper to make.
Right, less complex drivetrain.
Exactly. And a smaller battery pack. Probably around 2.2 kilowatt-hours, enough for that 158-kilometer range for city use, but avoids the cost of a really large battery.
And charging. How long does that take?
Pretty quick, under 3 hours to get from 0 to 80%, so less downtime.
Okay, practical.
Yeah.
And what about the look? The design?
From the patent sketches we've seen, it looks modern, minimalist. Larger wheels, which helps with stability on uneven roads. A flat floorboard, always good for comfort and carrying stuff.
Yeah, flat floor doors are great.
Sleek LED daytime running lights, and apparently some appealing dual-color paint options. So it looks quite futuristic, but still practical. Designed to fit right into that daily grind, you know? A student in Chennai, delivery person in Delhi, parent running errands in Kolkata. It seems built for them.
Okay, affordable, good range, smart features.
Yeah.
Sounds compelling. But the market is, well, it's packed. How does the Orbiter actually measure up against the competition?
Yeah, that's the million-rupee question, isn't it? It's an incredibly fierce market. Standing out isn't easy.
You've got direct rivals, like the Ola S1 X. Similar price point, though less range, right? About 95 kilometers.
Correct. Ola's aggressive on price, but the Orbiter beats it on range and has those extra features like hill hold.
Then there's Hero Motocor's Vita V1. Or is it the VX2 now?
The Vita range, yeah. The lower variants are budget options, but again, they lack things like cruise control and hill hold that the Orbiter offers. That could be a deciding factor for some.
What about Bajaj? The Chetak has that retro appeal.
It does. The Chetak's got a strong brand history and design, but its higher-end versions usually cost more than the Orbiter's launch price. They might be targeting slightly different buyers, maybe ones looking for that specific retro style.
And Ather. They just launched the Rizta, didn't they? Aimed at families.
Yeah, the Rizta S focuses on space and family use, but again, it's typically priced a bit higher than this Orbiter introductory price, so TVS seems to have found a sweet spot.
So what's TVS's ace in the hole here? Their big advantage?
It has to be their legacy and infrastructure. Decades of experience making two-wheelers people trust. And that massive dealer network. Over 8,000 showrooms across India.
8,000? Wow. That's incredible reach.
Incredible reach, plus service availability, spare parts, and just that deep-rooted customer trust. You can't build that overnight. Newer players just don't have that kind of foundation.
Right. It's not just selling the scooter, it's the whole ownership experience.
Exactly. So when you put it all together, the affordability, the practical range, the smart features, plus the backing of TVS's reliable network, it gives the Orbiter a really clear edge, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels like a strong combination. Positioned to appeal broadly, tech-savvy, younger buyers, budget-conscious families, people who value reliability.
It ticks a lot of boxes for a lot of people.
This Orbiter launch.
Yeah.
It feels bigger than just one product. It's like another marker on India's road towards sustainable transport. The government's pushing hard with schemes like FAME.
Faster adoption and manufacturing of electric vehicles, yeah. Offering subsidies, helping bring down that initial cost.
And state governments getting involved too, setting up charging points. It feels like a concerted effort.
It is. But alongside these opportunities, there are definite challenges manufacturers are wrestling with.
Like what, for instance?
A big one is the supply chain for certain critical components. Think rare earth magnets, essential for electric motors.
Right, and mostly sourced from China.
Primarily, yes. That creates bottlenecks, supply uncertainties, things TVS has to manage constantly. Their president of India two-wheeler business, Gaurav Gupta, has been quite open about this being an ongoing issue. It's a real juggle.
And it's not just parts, is it? What about the bigger picture of innovation? Research and development.
That's another crucial area, a recent Ministry of Science and Technology report. Well, it highlighted that India's overall R&D spending is around 0.66% of GDP.
0.66%. How does that compare globally?
It's quite low compared to leaders like the US, which is around 3.5%, or China at 2.4%. And importantly, the private sector's contribution to that R&D spend in India is only about 37%.
Only 37%.
Wow. Yeah, compare that to 68% private funding in the US or 75% in China. So for India to really lead in EV innovation, not just making things, there needs to be more investment in that fundamental research, both public and private. Otherwise, breakthroughs might increasingly come from outside.
A long-term challenge, definitely.
It is. But stepping back to the orbiter launch itself, despite these hurdles, the timing seems very deliberate, very strategic.
Now so?
Well, the festive season is coming up. Traditionally, that's when people in India make big purchases, like scooters or cars.
Right. Dussehra, Diwali,
Yeah.
big buying periods.
Exactly. So launching now, with this competitive price and practical feature set, it makes the Orbiter a really attractive option just as people are looking to buy.
Makes sense. Get it front and center.
And there's another interesting angle. TVS is exploring battery as a service, boss.
Battery as a service. So you wouldn't own the battery.
Potentially, yeah. You'd maybe pay a subscription for the battery instead of buying it up front with the scooter. This could significantly lower the initial purchase price.
That could make it accessible to even more people. Interesting.
Very interesting. It addresses that big upfront cost barrier. And add to that, TVS is planning to export the Orbiter. That really underlines India's ambition to be more than just a domestic market, to be a global player in EV manufacturing and innovation.
So you're thinking about buying an EV. The Orbiter offers, well, real savings on fuel, obviously. A quieter ride, lowering your carbon footprint.
All true. And it aligns with those bigger national goals for sustainability. It's like a personal choice that also contributes to a larger positive shift.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway here? The TVS Orbiter launched August 28th in Bengaluru. It's clearly more than just a scooter.
Much more. It's TVS cementing its lead, yes, but maybe more significantly, it's making clean, affordable, efficient transport a real possibility for millions. It's a big step towards making EVs mainstream.
A bold statement, really.
Which leads to a fascinating question for you listening. As EVs become more common, more integrated into our daily lives, how is this shift going to change our cities?
Yeah, beyond just our own commutes or costs.
Exactly. Think about noise levels, air quality, sure, but also how we plan our infrastructure, maybe even how our communities are designed in the future. This is a transformation that's happening right now.
That's a really powerful thought to consider, isn't it?
Yeah.
The ripple effect. Look, the Orbiter seems poised to do really well. It bridges that gap between wanting an EV and being able to afford a practical one. It definitely pushes India closer to that greener, smarter future.
A really exciting development to watch.
Absolutely. Well, this has been a truly electrifying deep dive into the TVS Orbiter.